What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite shit talking squirrel, back for the YouTube video. So we got a Judge Bryant hearing today. I'm back from vacay, by the way. Thank you all for all the kind wishes. That was super cool of all you. But yeah, we got a hearing from Bryant today. Uh, she absolutely dunks on this lady with an attitude, and it's hilarious. So yeah, this should be a lot of fun. We'll jump right into it. Let's get this.
All right, I'm ready on O'Brien.
Gus D'Amico appearing on behalf of Miss Jacqueline O'Brien, who consents to my appearance on her behalf. Is that correct, Miss O'Brien? Can you please unmute?
Thank you.
Do you consent to my appearance on your behalf, Miss O'Brien?
I do.
Okay, can you please state your full name for the record, please?
Jacqueline Nicole O'Brien.
Thank you.
Thank you. What did Miss O'Brien Capias from, please?
I believe Miss O'Brien Capias says she wasn't able to pay her bond amount.
No. Miss Rudder.
She capias from a pretrial May 19th. You have a pretrial May 19th, 2021.
All right. Counsel, how are we proceeding?
We waive, Your Honor, we waive the reading of the complaint. My client stands mute and asks that a not guilty plea be entered on her behalf, and we are requesting a pretrial conference date.
As to the arraignment on a bench warrant, the court will set aside any capias, recall any warrant, enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Miss O'Brien, set the matter for another pretrial conference. Court will set a pretrial conference August the August the 2nd at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I address bond?
You may.
Okay. So Miss O'Brien here, we asked that the bond be reduced to a personal. So what's happening is she was sentenced to rehab on May 24th, and this is the only bond that's keeping her from doing that. She was ready to pay the bond, but they wouldn't allow it. So if we were able to get this reduced to a personal bond, she's really willing to go to rehab. She just wants to get back on her feet here.
Well, I never heard of anybody not allowing bond to be posted. That would be illegal. So I don't believe that part. That's the purpose of a bond.
I'm currently
No. Okay. So that's the purpose of a bond. Otherwise, it would be a remand. So the purpose of a bond is for the person to now, Deputy, you're not gonna be able to come in and unmute if I muted her. We're gonna have to wait until I say she can unmute because she's talking when she's not supposed to be talking. So the purpose of a bond is so that the person can post the bond to get out of jail or to get wherever they're going.
I understand, Your Honor. Yeah.
So I don't think that's what happened, but maybe we can talk about why she didn't come to court back in 2021. Do we know why she didn't come to court back in 2021?
Yes, Your Honor.
When she had a personal bond and was out in the free world, what happened?
Yes, Your Honor. My client does admit that at the time she was getting high. She understands that it's wrong. She does really want to go to rehab. That's why, since she was sentenced to May 24th, she really wants to get back there. She understands what she did was wrong. She wants to just move forward and attend the rehab. She's really adamant on that.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we can get her out so she can attend here and make the changes that she needs.
I just got a feeling. Miss Rudder, what's her bond?
10% of 500, Your Honor.
Mhm. I'm thinking maybe somebody didn't give her $50.
She did say she has the $50 and she had the full amount even to pay it, but for some reason it wasn't being accepted. She can pay it. She did advise me that she can. She just really wants to go to rehab, so she's okay with it.
Yeah. Let's get the deputy. Can you get the deputy, please?
But if we can reduce this to a personal bond, that would be great.
I know it would be, but if she got $50, why would I do that? Deputy, can you tell me why Miss Lovejoy claims that she's not being allowed to post the $50 bond that is on this case? Can you explain that to me? Uh-oh, you went mute. You went silent. It's not muted, but I couldn't.
I would have.
Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, no, I can't hear you again.
He went down to the 36.
Oh, there we go. What you saying, deputy?
I would have to call down to the office and get some information on that because I'm not sure.
I tried paying it at the 36th district. They would not accept it.
Yeah, I'm just not familiar with the situation, so I can try to find out.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've been trying to pay this bond for 3 weeks.
Let me say something. What you're not going to do is keep talking on my record, ma'am. That's what you're not going to do. Right now, you're not talking to the deputy. Right now, you're in court. Miss Rudder, can you call downstairs to see if there's any reason why the bond wouldn't be accepted on this case?
I'll call right now.
Thank you. Miss Ritter, who's the complaining witness?
Your Honor.
Maybe the person that she sent to pay her bond spent the money. No, I mean, we don't reject no bond money. We taking bonds every day. Every day we're taking bonds. It's the first time I've heard somebody saying they got their bond money got rejected. Anything, Ms. Rudder?
So I was speaking with Ms. Gray. She said she's going to run her name to check to see if there's anything else holding her in. She says whoever's posting her bond must come in person and they can't use personal checks. That's the only reason why a bond would be denied. If they're trying to mail in something or they're trying to use a personal check. It has to be cash or
credit card.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Yeah, she said those are the only reasons why it would be rejected, but she said she's going to look further into it. Just give her like about 3 or 5 minutes and she will get more information.
Okay, because I want Miss O'Brien to know that whoever she's sending down here to post her bond might not be being honest, because we don't reject bonds. We're not rejecting bonds. That is the whole purpose for a bond. We don't reject bonds. We don't reject bonds. All right. And I'm certain that if they came down there with a personal check, the person would have told them we don't accept personal checks. You got to bring cash, or do we accept money orders?
I will find out, Your Honor.
Okay, cash or credit card and maybe a money order. But we don't accept personal checks. That's the only reason somebody wouldn't be able to post a bond. We take bonds every day, all day. There's a bond window. There's a person whose only job is to come into the building and take bonds. That's their whole job. It's called the bond window. Anything, Ms. Rudder?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. So for Ms. Jacqueline O'Brien, Your Honor, Ms. Gray said she's going to look into her traffic warrants, but the case she has right now, actually the warrant is lifted, so they should not be holding her in for your cases.
Exactly.
And
Listen, it's some things I know, but so the warrant is lifted, but so is it already a personal bond?
no, it just looks like someone has set aside her warrant. Ms. Gray said, again, she is going to look into it. She says she does have several traffic warrants. That may be why they're holding her, but they look to be personal bonds. She says she's going to look into that because she said there are a lot of traffic and ordinance violation warrants. But for your case, actually the warrant has already been lifted, so your case is not holding her in.
The warrant is lifted, but she still has a $500 10% bond.
Yes.
All right. So that's the situation, counsel, with respect to the bond. So here's the thing. If someone tells me they have the bond to post, which I believe everybody should have $50, but that's besides the point. If somebody says, this is a mess, I need y'all to tell the people in the breakout room, when they come out of the breakout room, one, I don't know why they're unmuting, but two, the rule of being stationary, seated in the upright position, ready to attend court, is applicable. Don't come out of the breakout room walking around and it's distracting to what is going on in the courtroom.
Thank you. Oh my God. I have said this now in a few videos, but I am so glad she calls this out. Like, hold fucking still. Is court not important enough for you to sit your ass down for like 20 minutes? You gotta fucking do your grocery shopping or go for a brisk walk before your Zoom hearing? Like, ugh. And some of the people that are sitting down, just like, hold your fucking camera still. Like, I swear, every Zoom hearing, there's at least one person with, like, Parkinson's, just, like, wiggling their arms around, like that Kermit the Frog meme. It's, like, distracting as hell. Just, like, hold fucking still. I don't understand it. But thank you, Judge Bryant. She is firing on all cylinders today. Preach.
All right, I'm gonna put Miss Almond in the waiting room. That was very distracting. Okay, she has a $500 10% bond on my case. And nobody is stopping whoever she claims is trying to come down and post that bond. Nobody's stopping them from posting the bond. Now, if somebody tell me they can't afford the bond, which I think they should be able to afford the bond, then I'll address that. But Ms. O'Brien says not only can she afford the bond, she has sent someone to post the bond. Now, perhaps the person that she sent to post a bond is the one that's not being honest with her about where the $50 is going. But she can post that $50 bond. And she has numerous of other warrants, which could be what's holding her in the Macomb County Jail. Now, I don't know. So we can wait and see, but I mean, my case is pretty much over. The 500 10% bond is affordable. she can afford it, and she can tell the person who's supposed to be coming down here to stop taking her $50 and go ahead and put it on the bond. We are receiving bonds. We are receiving bonds. We are receiving payments for bonds. This case, the bond can be paid by coming down to 36 District Court, standing in the line at the bond window, and handing them $50 in cash or $50 on a credit card. Anything further?
No, thank you, Judge.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then we're all set until August the 2nd.
Judge, if I may.
You may, sure, Mr. Moran.
Sorry, Ryan Murad, PA 3665, also appearing on behalf of Miss O'Brien. Your Honor, I don't know what's going on with her and whoever she's asking to pay this $50. And I'm scared, because she hasn't been employed and because she's been in there for quite some time, that if this person isn't reliable and they haven't been reliable in the past, I'm not so sure they're going to be reliable in the future. And I don't think she personally can afford it, Judge. I think that somebody close to her is telling her that they can. But because of that, because rehab is really depending on this, I don't want to put it in someone else's hands, Your Honor. I'd rather have it in ours. And for that reason, Judge, I'm going to ask the court to consider reducing bond to personal. Now, she did miss court. She did have some issues, but because she's being proactive and she's going to be getting into rehab, I think she's getting played, to be quite honest with you, Your Honor. I think somebody is lying. And
she don't realize she being played, because let me tell you this, she was real adamant with that deputy. Remember when I told her to stop talking? She was acting like we doing something wrong. I've been trying to pay the bond. I've been trying to pay the bond.
I've been trying to pay the bond. I've been trying to pay the bond. Oh, ruthless.
Since, as opposed to saying, I don't know what's going on. So look at the difference. I don't know what's going on. I have sent someone to pay the bond, and they are telling me that they're not being allowed to pay the bond. Can somebody look into it? As opposed to, I've been trying to pay the bond. I've been trying to pay $50. They won't take the $50. I've been trying to pay the bond for 4 weeks. And for 4 weeks, 36 District Court has been saying, no, we don't want no $50. Even though the judge set the bond at $50, 510%, we don't want it. Well, this is a lesson for Miss O'Brien. This is a lesson for Miss O'Brien. One, that when you come before the court, you might, I'm just saying, it's just me. You might want to show some humility. That's number one. Number two, that's why we appoint lawyers to people. That's why we say lawyers should be the ones representing. So perhaps if she had to just let Mr. D'Amico, did I pronounce your name all the way wrong?
D'Amico, but that's okay.
Yes,
thank
D'Amico.
you.
I knew when I said it, because I was like, that's not a, yeah, okay.
That's okay, thanks.
Listen, if she had let Mr. D'Amico speak, I wouldn't even know she had that attitude. I wouldn't have even known that she was blaming 36 District Court for her being locked up. I wouldn't even know. But since she was not letting her lawyer speak for her, and her whole attitude just blossomed. It just was like, y'all don't know what y'all doing down there. I keep trying to pay the bond. And they won't
Honor,
take the $50. They won't even take the $50. We taking everybody else $50, $10. The people come down here, they post their little $10 bond. We take their $10. But for some reason unknown to us today, they would not take Miss O'Brien's $50. Yes, counsel?
I just believe it might be just a little bit of a built-up frustration. I know it's, it shouldn't be that way, but I think if she's just frustrated, she just wants to, attend the rehab. And I think there's just something going on there. It's unfortunate, but if we can just, play the field here and just, move on with this so she can attend the rehab, that would be great for her. I think she's just has a little bit of frustration here. I do apologize.
This is what I'm gonna do. I don't know what's going on with all of them, all of those, a whole bunch of traffic warrants that she has out there. Miss O'Brien is charged with retail fraud. And I'm gonna let her get out of jail to go to the rehab, but she's gonna be tethered to the rehab. Because there's some things that I also know. Some things that I also know, having been practicing law and being on this bench for 16 years. There's some things that I also know. And I would, if I was in jail, I would be trying to get to the rehab too. I would be trying to get to the rehab because right now I'm in jail. So of course I'm gonna tell the people I want to go to rehab because where I don't want to be is this jail. I'm gonna reduce her bond to $500 personal bond plus a GPS tether, and she will be tethered to the rehab. So wherever they sending her for rehab, that's where she's gonna be tethered to. A restricted GPS tether. She's tethered to the rehab. Anything further?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right. Did we know what rehab she's going to?
I do not, Your Honor. I will find that out.
So what we need to know is whatever her other bond is that's sending her to rehab, this bond is sending her to that same rehab on tether. Okay?
Okay.
Would you like us to get her in the breakout room and get that information so the court has it?
Yeah, sure. If it's available, Mr. Murad, if that information is available, I want you to get it.
I'm going to get it, Judge. We're going to put her in the breakout room now, if that's okay.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. This is just pure speculation on my part, but I think Judge Bryan had her scouted. I think she was trying to game the system and take advantage of the court's goodwill, towards people struggling with addiction. And she wanted to be sent to rehab over jail so she could just, AMA out and go back to the streets. Again, I don't know anything about this beyond what we just saw. Call it a hunch. I spent a lot of time in the system and around these people. I'm pretty good at reading people, and that's what my Pegasus eye is telling me. I could be wrong, Either way, she pulled the massive self-own. It was Lao Tzu who said, "Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know." And, just like Judge Bryant said, if she had just gone with the program, sat back quietly and not mentioned anything about rehab, she probably would have gotten a PR bond, would have been back on the streets this very minute to do as she pleased. Maybe that involves getting high, maybe it doesn't. We don't know. But, again, had she just gone with the flow and let her lawyer do his thing, she'd be out right now to make that decision. That much we do know. An important lesson for all of us. Not just in the courtroom setting, but let's just go with it. Let your lawyer fight the battle for you. You do not know what you do not know, and you only stand to mess things up by trying to go things out for yourself. So just let the professionals handle it. So, with that, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Great to be back. Thank you all for the kind wishes. We'll see you soon. Bye now.